Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Advanced Mathematics of Class 8, and today we are going to start chapter 5, which is linear simultaneous equations. So now the thing is, in this chapter you will find equations which have two variables, and we will know how to solve those equations, but this will be done in the next chapters to come. Next exercises. In 5C, 5D, these exercises we will be doing how to solve equations containing two variables. But as of now, we will do something of a revision type, because in exercise 5a the things that we have, you have already done these things, linear equations, in your general mathematics in the algebra chapter. You have already done this, so we are going to have a more of a revision type of thing. Although it is not a revision exercise, this is exercise 5a, but these things you have already done. So let us start off with our question number 1. What do we have to do in this question is, they have given us statements and we have to form equations from the statements. So if you look into your book and you look at question number 1a, we have half of a number is equal to 5. Now we don't know what the number is, so whenever we don't know what the number is, we will assume that the number be x or y, any variable you can take, any alphabet. The alphabet is up to you. The most commonly used alphabet is actually this x, so we'll assume that let the number be x. Now according to the question, what has been said? It has been said that half of a number is equal to x. So here we have half of this number is equal to 5. Half of a number means half multiplied by the number. Of means multiplication. So half of a number, the number is x. So half of x, half into x is equal to 5, which is the required equation. Very simple. Let's move on to the next one. We are doing number C. Here it has been said that sum of two consecutive natural numbers is 25. Now two consecutive means one number after the other, one after the other. Okay, two consecutive numbers are 5 and 6, 20 and 21, 75, 76. These are consecutive numbers. Okay, so we have to select two consecutive numbers whose sum is 25. Now we don't know what the numbers are, so what we will do, we will assume that let the numbers, consecutive natural numbers, be x and the next one, that is x plus 1, obviously, because if x is a number, its next number will be 1 more than the number. For example, if we take 6, then the consecutive number to 6 is 7, so it is 6 plus 1, right? If we take 6, the consecutive number will be 7. Now this 7 is actually 6 plus 1. So if it is x, this will be x plus 1. So that's why you have taken x and x plus 1 as the two consecutive natural numbers. Now according to the question, it has been said the sum, that is addition, of these two numbers is equal to 25. I hope you understand this. Okay, the sum of the two consecutive natural numbers is 25. So we have taken the two consecutive natural numbers and we have added them, and hence we have got our number 25, which is the required equation. Very simple process that we are following. Let us move on to the next one, which is question number G. In this it has been said that when 4 is subtracted from twice of a number, then the result exceeds the number by 1. So you look into the question and you find out what is the variable, which one is the variable. If you look into the question, you read the question again. When 4 is subtracted from twice of a number, we don't know which number it is, so we'll consider it to be x. From twice of a number, this twice of a number, let the number be x. Now let us form the equation. It has been said that when 4 is subtracted from twice of a number, twice of the number means twice x. So when 4 is subtracted, it means 4 has been, we will go minus 4. Okay, twice x minus 4, because 4 is subtracted from twice the number. Then means equal sign. Then the result will exceed the number by 1. Exceed means addition. So the result, this is the whole result. The result will exceed the number. Exceed means plus, the number is x, by 1. Exceed the number by 1. That is how we form the equation. When 4 is subtracted from twice the number, the result will exceed the number by 1. So word by word, go by the sentence. The statement will be given, go word by word, and if you go word by word, you can understand how to form the equation. Okay, now let us move on to our next question. So in question number 2, a set of 6 equations have been given. This is the solution here. In the question, a set of 6 equations have been given, and we have been asked to understand or to state which equations are identities and which are conditional equations. So what are identities and what are conditional equations? Now see, these equations here, they are also equations, but these are not conditional, rather these are identities. Now why do we call them identities? See, if you are given an equation and you cannot find the value of x, the value of x is impossible to find, these type of equations are called identities. And if you are given an equation from which you can find the value of the variable, it can be x or anything, here also it can be x or any other variable, if you can find the value of the variable in an equation, then these are called conditional equations. If you can't find the value of the variable, then these are identities. Let us check. See, in this case, this x plus y into x minus y is equal to x square minus y square. This is a formula, right? A plus b whole square is equal to x square plus 2ac plus b square. This is a formula. If we try to solve these equations, everything will cancel out. So how do we do this? Means how? Let us check. Let us see. Okay, let us try one example. So suppose I want to find a plus b whole square equal to a square plus 2ac plus b square, and I want to solve this equation. How to solve? A plus b whole square formula is a square plus 2ab plus b square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now what happens? Everything will cancel out because they are same, and ultimately we will get 0 equal to 0. So can you solve this equation? No, you cannot solve this equation because this is not a solution. So therefore this statement here, a square plus 2ab plus b square, it becomes a identity. It is an identity. Now we look into these equations. Suppose this one, let us check this one. Thrice x plus 2 equal to 8. Let us test this. Thrice x plus 2 equal to 8. Now if we do side change, we will get thrice x equal to 8 minus 2. So thrice x is equal to 6. That means x equal to 6 by 3, which is x equal to 2. So here we have found the solution, right? Here we have been able to find the solution to this equation. X, the value of x here is 2. That's why this is a conditional equation. So we look into the example, the questions given, and here we can say which are the identities and which are the conditional equations. See this equation, x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to x square plus thrice x plus 2. The formula that you have learnt in chapter 4, if we apply here, x plus a into x plus b, if you apply this formula, the same thing you will get as the answer, right? So this is a formula, a complete use of formula. That's why you cannot find the value of x here. This will be 0. If you try to solve this in this manner, you go for solving, you try it, you will see that this will give you 0 out of 0 in the end. Everything will cancel out. Here, if you try to solve, everything will cancel out. So it will be an identity. This one we have checked just now. This is an identity. This is also a formula. This is also an identity. So anytime you see a formula in the question, any formula is given, any formula is called an identity. Okay, next we move on to this one. These are conditional equations. Number 1, 3 and 4 are conditional, and number 2, 5 and 6 are identities. So in 1, 3 and 4, what happens? If you, this one we have just seen, we have found the value of x. If we try to do the same thing for question number 3, we can find the value of y. Here also if we try to solve, we can find the value of x. So the equations in which we can find the value of the variable, these are called conditional equations, and the equations in which we cannot find the value of the variable, these are called identities. Okay, so let's move on to the last sum of the chapter, which is question number 3. We have to complete the table. So what has been asked? An equation has been given. We have to say how many variables are there. Is it linear or it is linear in which variable? Linear means if the highest power of the variable is 1. So here in this case, twice x plus 1, the variable is x. So how many variables are there? Only one variable. Is it linear? Yes, it is linear. Why is it linear? Because the power of x is, there is no power means it is 1. So if the power of an equation, in an equation, if the power of the variable is 1, then it is called a linear equation. So yes, this is a linear equation. It is linear in which variable? It is linear in x. Here x is the variable and it is a linear. Next we move on to this one. In this equation, how many variables are there? 2 variables, x and y. So we have 2 variables. Is it linear? Let us check. The power of x is 1. The power of y is also 1. Therefore it will be linear. It is linear in which variable? Both x and y. So similarly, if we go ahead, let's move to number 4. See, a square plus b square equal to 4. How many variables? 2 variables. A and b are the variables. Now, are they linear? Let's check. The power of a is 2. The power of b is also 2. So if the power is 2, it cannot be linear. So it is not linear. It is linear in what variable? None of the two. It is not very linear in a, it is not linear in b. So it is none. So let's move ahead and check this one. 7. X plus a by b into y equal to c. Here it has been said that a, b and c are constant. So don't consider a, b and c as variable. Only x and y are variable. So is it linear? The power of x is 1. The power of y is also 1. So yes, it is variable. How many variables are there? 2 variables are there. So it is a 2 variable equation, which is a linear equation. And both the variables are linear. So it is linear in both x and y. Let's move into number 9. What do we see here? We see x square plus y equal to 3. Here how many variables? 2 variables, x and y. Is it linear? See, it is power 2 of x. Power is 2. Here y's power is 1. So since the highest power is 2, it is not linear. Okay, are you getting the idea now? In an equation, if we have many variables and the highest power of the variable, any variable, if the highest power is not 1, if it is more than 1, then it is not linear. But if the highest power is 1, then only it is linear. So in this equation, the power of x is 2, the power of y is 1. So y is linear, but x is not linear. X is having power 2. That's why this is called, this will not be a linear equation, because even if y is linear, x should also be linear. If both are linear, then only it can be linear. Since y is linear but x is not linear, therefore this equation cannot be linear. So it is not a linear equation, but it is linear in y. Because y is linear. It has been asked, it is linear in what variable? It is linear in y. Okay. Similarly, we can go ahead. For these sums, you have to break the bracket. Okay. Let's look at number 13. Let us try to solve it. So what is given in number 13? It has been given u plus v into u is equal to, plus 3 into u plus 2 equal to 0. So if we break the bracket, u into u is u square, plus u into v is uv, plus thrice u plus 2 into 3, which is 6, equal to 0. So look at this carefully. The power of u is 2. So will this be linear? The highest power is 2. It will not be linear. Now look into this term, this one, very important. These are multiplied. U and v here are multiplied. What is the power of u? It is 1. What is the power of v? It is also 1. But since they are multiplied, the power of this whole thing will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. So power of u is also 2. Here power of u and v combined together, the power together is 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. The power will be 2. Here u's power is 1. So in two terms we can see that the highest power is 2. Therefore it will not be a linear equation. Okay, it will not be a linear equation. Now it has been asked linear in what variable? It will be linear in none of the variables. See, none of the variables, because it is, in case of u the highest power is 2, so it is not linear. In case of v, and u and v are together, so uv also cannot be linear. So it is linear in none of the variables. It has 2 variables total, u and v, but it is not a linear equation. So that is how we do. These things have been given in your app. The images are already given. I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, make sure you ask me in the app or in the WhatsApp group, or you can contact me directly. Okay, thank you so much everyone, and until next time, cheers.